Ada for barring my husband from the bedroom tonight. Let me share my story. I'm a nurse working around 50 hours a week in the pediatric ICU. It's tough, and I find myself crying at least once a week because the emotional weight is heavy. My salary covers all our bills, while my husband, who's 25, has a degree but isn't actively looking for a job. He works just 2 days a week at a grocery store and spends most of his time playing video games. Today was supposed to be special. I had been asking him to swap his Saturday shift so we could finally have a weekend off together. It's been 18 months since our wedding, and we haven't had a single weekend to ourselves. We planned to visit an animal sanctuary today, but he started the day by going to breakfast with his best friend, leaving before I even woke up. When I finally got up around 9, I called him to find out where he was. He said he was helping his friend with something and that the weather was too rainy for the sanctuary anyway. He came home around 1, but instead of spending time with me, he lay around and played video games, promising we would cook dinner together later. Then, at 5, he left again to help his friend. I went grocery shopping. Even though I don't drive due to medical issues, I walked there and back in the rain, only to realize I had left my keys inside. I called him, knowing he was just 5 minutes away. He said he would come soon, but 45 minutes later, I called again, and he still hadn't left. Eventually, he drove up, pressed the clicker to let me in the garage, and then left again. By 10, I was worried and called to see where he was. His friend answered and told me he was an hour away. It was late, and I decided to go to bed. I texted him that I was upset and needed some space for the night. If he couldn't value our time together more than hanging out with his friend on our first day off in a year and a half, then I felt he could sleep elsewhere. I know he'll be upset and probably talk to his friend about it, who might say I'm being unreasonable. But I'm just trying to understand what changed between us. I'm 26, and I don't believe he's having an affair. I want to talk this through, but not at 4 a.m. And yes, the crying I mentioned earlier, it's just the sadness that comes with caring for sick children. I love my patients, and sometimes I need a moment to collect myself before returning to work. Thank you for your understanding. I didn't expect so many responses, and I'm doing my best to reply to everyone.